Third one. Hey everybody, this is Coach Nate McBride with the BladeFit Academy, and today I'm going to go over some techniques that you could use using a long sword, okay? So this is long sword technique to help you get better at fighting with long sword. Now, yes, I am holding up a shinai. This shinai is one that we are retiring. It had its last hurrah with a club tournament that we held over the weekend, and this is modified to look like a longsword. Yes, it is. So you can see I've got the red marks on either side. It's supposed to show the edge alignment, and it's easier for the judges to mark to read the edge alignment. Excuse me for a second. Got a little bit of a scratchy throat. Okay, so as promised, longsword. Long swords are excellent cutters, but they're phenomenal thrusters. They're great at causing severe damage in the thrust, and so we're gonna cover that. A lot of the sources, they show you the cut. Now it's important that we don't skim over that. Okay, so really briefly, when I'm throwing my cut, okay, I'm throwing it from Von Tag. I'm crossing my body as I cut. Sword moves first. I move kind of forward and to the side, and now my sword is covering my body as I advance and as I attack. Now, ideally, what happens is I cut them and I just won the fight. But if that didn't happen, then I cut, and if I have created a bind, hopefully I can chase that bind and follow up with a thrust. That is ideal, okay? So oftentimes, let's see this dummy here. We start out of measure. I'm in my good stance. I have my back straight. My balance is over my pelvis. Super duper important. I launch my attack and I step as I launch my attack. Well, what if they step back or step off to the side or something, excuse me, to where if I extend out, my thrust isn't gonna get them. And what I don't want to do is just do this with the thrust, because they're going to displace it and totally kill me. So if I want to thrust on them, first what I need to do is displace their sword with my sword, and then my point is online, and from there I want to cover my entry as I thrust by using the cross guard, right? I've cut, now I'm using the cross guard to cover some sort of counter. Boom, I've locked up their sword some more, and I step into it, and there I go. And now I've thrusted quite deep into my historical enemy, but we don't have enemies in HEMA, we just have opponents. So be kind in the thrust, right? But you want to score that point, boom, there you go. Okay, so face on like this, cut. Hopefully the bind is such that I've maneuvered it to where they've cut at me, I've cut at them. Their weak has engaged this area here. This is my strong. So I can use my cross guard and the mechanical advantage that I have with my strong. And then I bind them up, and then I come in the thrust. It's really that simple as a mechanic. It's hard to do. You just got to practice that a lot. So again, hit on like this, cut, I've engaged, and then I thrust. One more time back here, using the steps, cut, and thrust. And that's it, guys. Practice that a billion times, and you are right on your way. Quick exercise. You could either do this with a dummy. I've got this special dummy. You don't need a special dummy to do this drill, but I'm going to show you. So basically, I cut. I'm cutting into the air, and from here, my point is online, and then I step forward and thrust. You do that again, talk too much, cut, thrust. Bring it back to here, reset on this side. Now it's on my left. I started here, now I'm here on this side like this, right? Cut, thrust, right? Back up, cut, thrust, back up from the other side. Cut, thrust, back up, cut, thrust, back up, cut, thrust, back up, cut, thrust, back up, and so on and so forth. Do that until you can't do that anymore, or until time just allows you to continue. Anyway, guys, hope that you liked this video. I hope that you are all well. I hope that your day is better because of this video. And tell me what you think of the idea of using a very inexpensive Shinai and modifying it for beginning HEMA students. Another reason why I like it is because you need minimal gear with this sort of thing. Yes, you still need safety gear. I definitely say that you still need a mask. You still need a gorget. You need some good hand protection. And if you're going at it hard, you're going to need some kind of chest protection and some elbow protection and a cup. You're going to need a cup. But really, guys, what you should be doing at this level is paying attention to the mechanics, and don't band-aid that the fact that you don't have the motor skills yet by using just pouring on the power. Don't do that. What you want to do when you're at this level, you want to focus on the technique, make it fluid, and then slowly put the strength into it to a partner who's about the same, at the same level as you are. That's really the way that you'll get better. You'll have more sparring partners that way who will continue to want to spar with you. Your sparring partners and yourself will be more healthy this way, and you're just going to get more out of HEMA if you do it like this. When you have lots of gear, that's definitely when you can really cut loose. But swordsmanship fundamentally is about self-control. And so there's no amount of safety gear that will stop you from injuring someone else or you yourself getting injured if you don't respect the people that you are practicing with. So remember, it's all about self-control. Okay, guys, with that, again, this is Coach Nate. Hope you liked today's video, and I will see you on the field, the glorious field. Okay, take care.